Hello, 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 hello. Welcome. I wasn't calling you fish. And we're here. We're doing a little return to Old Monkey Island. We're getting ready to have a cat come flying through the screen. How's everybody doing out there? It's Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday. I just noticed Murray was down here. Murray's a skull, a talking skull. Alright, let's get back into it.
Do you remember where we were?
Nope. Kinda, but remind me.
Kind of. But remind me a little?
Okay. I was after the secret of Monkey Island, and I decided that the easiest path to the island was to sign on to crew on LeChuck's ship. I would mount a mutiny at some convenient time. There were two problems. I needed a mop to get the job, and they knew who I was. Now, back to the story.
Alright, so we gotta get a mop. And we gotta get a costume. Did we talk to the voodoo lady? I don't remember if we talked to the voodoo lady. I'm trying to remember what I'm
The
current
voodoo
from.
lady said it was a forgiveness frog.
That's right.
It's my very own, very sharp, non-magical ceremonial knife. The pen is mightier than the sword.
Alright, let's go see Wally.
Hey, Wally!
Well, 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 look what the surf washed ashore. It's Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to see you again too, Wally. Whatever your last name is.
I spent years in therapy getting over being burned, blinded, blown up, abandoned, and marooned because of you.
Yeah, good times, huh?
You're lucky I'm past all that and am running the best map shop within the Caribbean and beyond.
Yeah, I'm looking for a map. Let's see.
Looks like the shop across the way is in trouble.
The high-stakes, ego-driven world of pirating is changing, and dark magic is taking over.
Yeah, baby.
Voodoo magic is fun and all, but it's not what the new generation wants. Me? I'm on the bleeding edge and making a bundle. I'm about to franchise.
Town seems to be pretty run
The
down.
town seems to be pretty run down.
Since Captain Madison made Melee her base of operations, people have been complaining. They say she brings a bad element to town, but that bad element spends a lot of money on maps. So, what am I supposed to do?
Do what's right?
I am. I'm doing what's right for Wally.
Okay, well.
I'm looking for a mop.
This is maps and more, not mops and more.
Well, I was hoping the and more might include mops.
Well, it doesn't. Try asking the cook over at the bar where he got his.
Okay, the cook over at the bar. Alright.
You wouldn't happen to have a map to the secret of Monkey Island.
Funny you should ask. I recently made one on commission, but then they destroyed all my source material. It is the only one in existence. Best of luck to you.
Yeah, well,
You have a
maps
lot
are-
of maps in here.
We've got so many, you need a map to find them all. Haha, a little cartographer humor.
Yeah, I'd forgotten how funny it was.
Oh, sweetheart, you gotta go. I feel like I'm hearing something. Might be the game, though.
It's great to see you landed on your feet after all these years.
Business has been booming with all these new dark magic pirates. Captain Madison has me on a lucrative
Yes, it
retainer.
absolutely is.
She pays extra for a bunch of wacky symbols I just make up.
I'll let you get back to cartographing.
That's not a real word.
Ooh, those look fancy.
The finest tools to make the finest maps.
I didn't know you made globes, too.
I don't. This is for reference. It's got all the latest continents.
Yeah, cheating?
This map shows both sides of the globe.
It's twice the value.
Whew, looks chilly up there. Wally, can I have one of these maps?
Absolutely. If you pay for it.
Never mind. It's a map on a fan. What'll they think of next?
Fan map.
This must be Trouser Island.
Actually, Mr. Threepwood, it's...
Yep, Trouser Island. I had a map like this once, but I sailed left.
I get it.
It's maps wrapped in maps. I didn't know you could do that. That looks like a treacherous voyage. It says, rating, Cursed Black Diamond. The first rule of piracy is, never buy a used treasure map. Hey, Wally, what's with the window ladder?
I use it to keep an eye on the neighbors.
Well, it's good to have a hobby. Hey, Wally, what's with the window ladder?
I use it to keep an eye on the neighbors.
Well, it's good to have a hobby. Hey, Wally, what's in these boxes?
What's in the box? Hey, Baxter, what's going on?
Ooh, this one looks nice. How much is it?
Oh, that one? Too much.
It's a handsome
Good
map.
old mazes. Can't get enough mazes. Somewhat understated and somewhat overpriced. I try to steer clear of sea monsters myself.
Alright. Let's go ask the cook where he got his map. Before we forget. Hey, it's the loom guy.
Hi, Cobb. Hard to believe after all these years you're still here.
I was declared a historical landmark.
Yeah, the place does seem different from what I remember.
It's this new, younger generation of pirate leaders. Oh, they're highfalutin dark magic. Look at us. We're so much better than you because we don't drink grog before getting married. These kids today are all about sacking and pillaging. They've got no heart.
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island. Wanna come?
I heard the secret is just some marketing gimmick Stan thought up. That only the gullible
Stan.
and naive would go looking for it.
Tell me about Loom.
Oh, I'm so sick of pirates asking me about Loom. Get lost.
Loom is like one of the original games, and then the original Monkey Island, this guy was there, and he had that thing on it, so asked me about Loom.
Then why don't you take off the Ask Me About Loom button?
My grog-riddled body is fused with it. I'm more button than man at this point.
Oh, come on. Tell me about Loom. For old time's sake.
Beat it.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
Fine. You mean the latest masterpiece of fantasy storytelling from Lucasfilm's Brian Moriarty? Why, it's an extraordinary adventure with an interface of magic. Stunning, high-resolution 3D landscapes, sophisticated score, and musical effects. Not to mention the detailed animation and special effects, elegant point-and-click control of characters, objects, and magic spells. Beat the rush. Go out and buy Loom today.
Yes.
Now get lost.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Convinced Cobb to talk about Loom.
Yo-ho!
It's a book for storing collectible trivia cards. Looks like someone just left it here unattended.
In the back of the scum bar is the kitchen. No, it's 17 pages, whatever this is. Oh, is it Monkey Island trivia? We already talked to everybody
Find
here?
the secret of Monkey Island.
Good for you.
I think we
I'm
tried
gonna
to.
find the secret of Monkey Island.
Don't sound much like pirating to me.
It's those three clowns at the back table.
Smells good in
Guybrush
here.
Threepwood, as I live and breathe. How have you been?
Same old, same old.
Same old, same old.
How's Elaine? She was
That's my
always
go-to.
my favorite governor. Also, she covered your tab when you stopped coming in.
It's good, no pieces missing. Let's see.
Yeah, I screwed up our anniversary.
Forgot the date?
Remembered the date, forgot an important allergy. She's fully recovered.
Well, tell her I say hello.
Do you know where I can buy a mop?
Hi. You don't want to buy a mop.
I think I do.
The mop is the formal tool of a cook. Not as clumsy or random as a dish rag. An elegant tool for a more civilized cleaning. You cannot hope to succeed with the mop of another.
I can't?
You must construct your own. A single
Okay.
perfect
We
instrument
gotta make our own mop.
that you will keep and use for a lifetime.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Once you build it, the mop will become your constant companion, your tool, and a ready means of defense against spills of all kinds.
Build it?
The wood is the heart of the handle. The heart is the handle of the cook. You are one.
Not helpful so far.
You must find a particular tree. A tree uniquely suited to the handles of mops. Carve your handle from a limb of that tree. Any questions?
Where do I find the mop handle tree?
How do I find the mop handle tree?
It's a good place to
I
start.
can't tell you exactly where it is, because this is your own personal journey.
Of course it is.
What kind of wood is the tree?
That is something you must discover for yourself.
What about the head of the mop?
Oh, you have to have one, of course, but pretty much anything will do. It's mostly about the handle.
Okay.
Are you sure I can't just buy a mop? Yours, for example.
No, you've got to make one. Trust me on this.
Okay, I guess I'll do it. What's wrong?
You gave the story the wrong title. It should be called Mop Quest. When do we get to the piratey parts?
Well, even the coolest professions involve more mopping up than you would think. It seemed crazy to me at the time, too. But don't forget, it was all so I could board a ship, take command, and sail to Monkey Island. But first, I had to make a mop.
Gotta make them up.
Active little guys, aren't they? Looks like a mugshot. The food is more
Rinse and
exciting when you can
foodstuffs.
smell the risk. Pests or garnishes?
A good cook sources local supplies when he can.
It's amazing what you can achieve if you put your mind to it. And you have a packet of stick-on stars.
Stay away from that picture.
Guess we gotta steal that picture.
I think someone tried to secure a boat with this. The plaque says, in memory of looming seagulls of old.
That's funny. Can we do anything with this?
It's hopeless. It's hopeless.
No, we don't need a hint. Surreptitiously abscond with the mop.
Well, it's definitely a mop.
Stay away from my mop. Stay away from my mop. Stay away from that picture.
Pleasantly scorching hot. Ugh, I remember that stench as if it were yesterday. The voodoo lady said it was a forgiveness frog.
We don't want to put that in the stew, do we? No. Okay, well, we gotta go find some wood. We still got more of the town to explore, too. Ooh, meanwhile on the ship.
LeChuck, sir. Just thought I'd pop in and let you know. Preparations to set sail are almost done.
You have all the supplies for the spell to get to Monkey Island?
Check. Squid ink, chickens, brimstone, cinnamon, monkey blood, mint, and an annoying skull.
Well done. Mark
Ooh, I
yourself
bet that's
down
Murray.
for one less lashing this voyage.
Funny story. Guybrush Threepwood tried to sign on to the crew.
Threepwood? He must be looking for the secret too. That guy steals all my best ideas. Have him killed. Wait, let him live. I want him to see me sail off for Monkey Island knowing the secret is lost to him forever.
Sure. I want to bring this up one more time. Is searching for this mythical secret of Monkey Island a good idea? Shouldn't we be out terrorizing the high seas, instilling fear, creating mayhem, being more on brand for LeChuck?
I like his
I've
belt
had enough
buckle.
of you questioning my orders. Finish loading the ship, and whatever you do, don't let Threepwood on board.
Very well.
Look at that crazy old lady.
Hi.
Everybody thinks they know more than the other.
Okay.
Once you have a key, you've got to open the door.
Okay.
Looks like a volcano island with horns that swallowed a basketball.
Great.
The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better. The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better. The note says,
Okay,
forced
but-
to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better.
Things are not what they seem.
Early.
Aww, this is where I risked my neck for Elaine, and she showed me
Yes.
she only needed me to risk my heart. Also, the windows need some work.
Ooh, a locksmith. That's a new place. Alright, anybody in jail?
visitor. Wait.
Stan's in jail?
Threepwood?
Otis!
Howdy, kid.
And Stan! Otis, old pal. You haven't changed much since I last saw you.
I blame the government.
In fact, didn't we first meet right here?
Not at all. I was in the other cell that time.
Yeah,
You
he
look
was.
different somehow. New art style?
How nice of you to notice.
Yeah. Big news. Going
Big
after the
news.
secret.
I'm going after the secret of Monkey Island.
That sounds fantastic! You know what I remember most about Monkey Island? The time you busted me out of jail right before we went there. I don't cruise ships anymore,
But maybe you can still help me out. Like you did all those years ago.
Yeah, I'm sort of planning on hijacking an existing crew instead of recruiting one. But maybe I can spring you anyway, for old time's sake.
I would be most appreciative. A locksmith has opened very conveniently across the way. I am told locksmiths can make keys for things. Things like cell doors.
Imagine that.
What did they get you for this
What did they get you for this time?
I'm a victim of
Nibbler, what going on, dude?
Circumstance being that too much attention gets paid to little things that don't hurt anyone, while hard killers roam the streets with pistols and swords.
Swords? Yeah,
I noticed you didn't say what crime they locked you up for.
It was nothing. I was just picking some flowers.
In the forest?
No, that's illegal. I learned my lesson. I picked them from the governor's garden instead.
Picking flowers from the governor's garden sounds like an unwise choice.
We used to be friends. Sort of. Anyway, they aren't even her flowers. Taxes pay for them. It's public property.
Yeah, he's
I
got
don't
a
know why
point.
anyone bothers me about it. I don't hurt anybody.
We'll accept the flowers.
They're annuals. They're doomed anyway. Guybrush, you gotta get me out of here. It's custard night. I don't think I can take that again.
I'll make it my number 3 priority.
Thanks.
Important
Watch, it
information.
says jail rules. 1. No escaping. It says jail rules. 1. No escaping.
How's your day go?
I think there's some writing on it, but it's too tiny to read. Hey, Stan.
Hello there, son.
Oh, sorry to see you in jail.
Thank you, son. I appreciate the thought. I'm sorry to see me here as well.
I was really hoping to buy
I
a
was
ship from
really
you.
hoping to buy a ship from you.
Well, now, normally, I would do absolutely anything to get you into a comfortable ride right away. But my hands are tied. They're shackled. I can't do it. Not at any price. I'm completely out of inventory. Every ship on the lot was seized by unscrupulous lawyers who don't care about your sailing needs the way I do.
Okay, don't worry about it. I've already got a plan to steal a ship from LeChuck.
Well, if you don't get killed, look me up afterwards. I'll give you a good price for anything that can stay above the waterline. Naturally, it'll have to be store credit until I get back on my feet.
What did you do
Yeah,
that
what's
got you
standing
arrested?
for?
Let me tell you something, son. It's not what a man does that matters, it's who he is. Maybe one day, in a moment of weakness, he crosses a line. But if he's confident about what's in his heart, he can hold his head high. And you know what's in my heart, son?
Blood and goopy stuff?
People. People are in my heart. Anything I may have allegedly done, you can be sure I did it because I care about people.
Yeah, let's get
What
to it.
exactly did you allegedly do for people that got you arrested?
I gave them what they wanted. Now, naturally, people don't always know that they want the things they want. Sometimes it takes a man with a talent like mine to show them the way. And sometimes people who are jealous of that sort of talent will try to put all sorts of unpleasant labels on it. They use hurtful words like scam and misrepresentation and even fraud.
I wish
But
I
it's
would've
all
got
just
your old
marketing,
Stan
son.
voice
It's
guy.
natural as the rocks and the trees and the Malay Island flounder birds. And that's why I'm not worried. I'm awaiting final judgment of the court, but I'm certain I'll be acquitted. They don't hang people for marketing.
It sounds like you should have been arrested several decades ago. I mean, why now, all of a sudden?
One word, jurisdiction. I was expanding my core business, you see, trying to provide ship owners with a variety of ship maintenance necessities. Sponges, barnacle scrapers, repair manuals, rudder tape, I had a whole line of products. I expanded my distribution to other islands, all over the Caribbean. And that's when I ran into trouble. Some of those islands have different laws, you see, that might not seem so fair to men like you and me. They slapped me with a ton of paper, talking about things like standards of quality and consumer protection and environmental impact. They didn't understand that I wasn't really selling porthole wipers. I was selling happiness. And my customers were happy. They were perfectly happy right up until some clown with a briefcase came along and told them they weren't. It's a crock, son, and that's why it won't stand up in court. I'll be out before you know it.
Didn't you used to have a law practice or something?
Used to, but I was disbarred for what we former law practitioners call moral turpitude.
Is that a real word?
More or
was he a
less.
lawyer?
It's one of those handy catch-all words that you can use whenever you want because it doesn't mean anything specific.
Would it help if I broke you out of jail?
Now that's a kind offer, it truly is. Warms me to think that you'd do that for your old pal Stan. But I've got to think about the
we
optics.
did bury you alive.
I don't want to damage my case, and escaping from jail doesn't look good at trial. So thanks, but no thanks.
Are you sure you don't want me to break you out?
115%, son, but thanks.
Oh, is there anything else I can do?
Is there anything else I can do for you?
Now that you mention it, there is one thing I've been missing during my time here in this lofty establishment. In all the rush and fuss and document shredding surrounding my arrest, I completely forgot to grab my toothbrush. If you happen to be passing by the shipyard, you might grab it for me. It'll be on my desk in the office.
Sure thing. I'm going after the secret of Monkey Island.
The secret?
Oh, yeah.
Boy, that takes me back.
I'm
But if
sleepy.
you're looking for help, you're barking up the wrong enchilada. Just remember, life
We
has
just
no
started.
guarantees or warranties. Only jamborees.
Thanks. That's advice. See you later.
Yep.
Any writing that was once here has been rubbed away.
You look like you're
At least the jail is well lit.
Yeah, but the better I can see it, the worse it looks.
That is the truth, bro.
I think there's some writing on it, but it's too tiny to read.
So we need like something to magnify it.
They say the only real...
Any more trivia questions? I thought for sure we get
Word of advice, kid. Stick to the
some
narrow
Stan
straights.
trivia. Alright, let's check the alley out first.
It seems to be stuck closed.
Is this just for nostalgia's sake?
Welcome to my shop.
Hiya.
What do we got here?
At the end of the plank.
My mother's. Please don't touch it.
I see a peninsula trailing off into small islands, but no X marks the spot.
It's southern Florida. I have family there.
What's that lock?
That's
Florida.
for hats. And please don't touch the glass.
What's this key?
That's for a lockable quiver.
These are nice.
It's a locksmithing test.
Close it all up, and if you get the key out, you pass?
That's the beginner level, yes. The real challenge is to lock the larger box inside the smaller one.
Watch lock
These are nice.
what?
Thanks.
Lock the larger one into the smaller one.
Are these for customers?
Hands off. Those are my last crackers.
Handsome looking parrot.
And also vicious. But it was my mother's favorite.
I see everyone in that portrait has lovely locks.
If you have to make a pun, at least make a good one.
I get it.
Is that from a famous locksmith band or something?
My mother's band, the Golden Keys. They were named after some actual golden keys that she spent a bunch of time looking for.
That's an impressive machine.
Yep. This wouldn't be much of a lock shop without a key grinder.
Alright, I guess we're ready to talk to you.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Lock Smith.
You're kidding, right?
Nope. And before you ask, yes, they did. Yes, it was. And they really, really wanted me to follow in the family business.
Can you really make keys for stuff?
Can you really make keys for stuff? That seems like a magic trick.
Modern locks have serial numbers that tell me all I need to know. No tricks necessary. Just information.
It seems wrong that you can make a key from just the serial number.
It's a failsafe, in case people lose their key. You know how people are.
Aren't locks way less secure if all you need is a number to get a new key?
That's why you should never share the serial number with anyone.
What happens if you lose your key and the serial number at the same time?
The numbers are usually engraved on the locks, just in case. And if you lose the lock, chances are you don't need a new key.
That's true.
Well, what's to stop me reading the serial number on someone else's lock and having a key made?
The numbers are printed small enough that you need a special tool to read them. Only a pro would have a tool like that.
Gotcha.
Can I borrow your lock serial number reading tool?
My magnifier? Not a chance. I could be drummed out of the union for that. If you want to play locksmith, you'll have to look elsewhere.
Who's the old lady in the window across the way?
You mean Whitey Bones. She used to be the undertaker here years ago. Seems to know a lot of things that maybe don't quite fit together.
How well do you know Whitey Bones?
How well do you know Whitey Bones?
Not well at all. But she's been living near my shop for quite a few years. She was across from my old location, too.
Oh, I need
Did
to
she move
stretch.
when you moved?
I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
I'm on a quest to find the secret of Monkey Island.
Exciting. The story in my family is that the secret is sort of like a key. One that opens all locks at once.
All at once? How does that
All
work?
at once? Well, how does that work?
No idea. It's just a story. But I guess you'll find out soon enough.
Oh, yeah?
I think I'll browse around a bit.
Try not to touch anything. I've got a system, and I don't like it disrupted.
What is that? It's definitely not a key. Or a lock.
It's a fishing lure, of course.
Of course. Oh, I'd really like some crackers.
Hands off. Those are my last crackers.
Do I owe you anything at the moment?
No.
I can't buy crackers?
The voodoo lady said it was a forgiveness frog.
Alright, the governor's mansion. Do we ever live here?
Carla.
The Swordmaster.
Guybrush Threepwood.
Come on, get it out.
Hello, Swordmaster.
Prepare to taste my blade, you washed-up hack.
When was the last time you had a bath?
Ha! That was marginally clever.
It's nice to see you again.
You too.
You have never given up being a swordmaster?
How's the governorship treating you?
It's not as straightforward as I'd hoped. For some reason, you can't just tell everyone what to do and assume they'll do it. That's new territory for me.
Not for me. Maybe I should be governor.
I heard from your wife. She's coming by to talk about scurvy legislation. I assume you're involved with that somehow?
No. Yeah.
Elaine said that program is being hampered by Captain Madison.
Not the legislative part, just the public funding. The town was in a bind a while back, and that so-and-so, Captain Madison, saw an opportunity. She lent us the cash we needed, but now we're up a creek paying the interest. Things like social programs, waste management, and town maintenance are all on the back burner.
I like that woman less every minute.
You and me both.
Well, the mansion hasn't changed much. Elaine's style is still everywhere. Even the books are hers.
They're my books now, as you well know.
Oh.
I'm looking for the secret of Monkey Island.
Good for you. I don't have it.
I don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy these days. Governor stuff.
Governor. Oh, okay, so we gotta find the trivia cards. Where is the graffiti that looks like a chandelier? I don't know if we saw that.
I've always thought this looked like my old ship, the Sea Monkey. Ugh, looks like Carla wasn't too keen on getting her portrait done. Does not include Secret of Monkey Island. Oh.
Come on, fit. She literally just plopped down right on top of my mouse, and I can't move it. You're in the way. I was just holding you. Come on. No. 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 Come on, you big baby. Find somewhere else to be.
It's thicker than I would have imagined.
Okay.
Can I borrow a book?
You've got a lot of nerve asking that. You never brought back the last book you borrowed. I had to buy another copy. You never even apologized.
I totally forgot.
Of course you did. You think like a cow.
Is that a no?
Can I borrow a book?
You never brought back the last book you borrowed. You never even apologized.
I'll pay for it.
I don't need your money.
Okay, so we gotta get that book.
I tried to read that once, but I couldn't finish it. It's a cookbook. It has 4 stars, but it looks like they're for difficulty. The blurb says it's a solid if somewhat predictable story about a roguish pirate and a doomed romance with a woman of station. Can I borrow a book?
Ah!
You never brought back the last book you borrowed. You never even apologized.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm hearing the words, but somehow they aren't helping. I need more than that.
Okay.
Note to the reader. No disguised secrets are revealed in this book. I like your stuffed, guess it's a dog?
Please, take that and throw it away. It was a gift from the Earl of Thickwater, who is a contemptible pig.
Okay. We could use that for something, I'm sure.
It's a lot of work being governor. It's a lot of work being governor.
Stay out of my bedroom, Threepwood.
I'd better stay out of there.
I've seen that same painting on a box of frozen instant cereal.
Ew.
Elaine told me that's Lauder Neckbeard, second governor of Melee Island. His overly strict morals and overly lax regulatory policies helped make the island what it is today. Wow, it's worse than I imagined.
Look at the moon.
It always looks bigger on this side of the island. I remember when these torches lit up Stan's previously owned vessels like a carnival. There was a time when every mooring would be filled with one of Stan's used ships. It's a dried up old sea sponge.
Give me that sponge.
Stan used this to clean his ships. It's all rusted out now. The assets of this establishment have been seized to settle a class action lawsuit. Have a nice day.
What ocean species cannot be found in the fish shop on Melee? I just guessed on that one.
The window's all boarded up, and it's very dark in there. Is that an old toothbrush? The window's all boarded up, and it's very dark in there. Is that an old toothbrush?
How do we get in?
It says, Tan's previously owned vessels. So sad. Stan's used to be the best place to buy used ships. I don't want to wreck my brand new shiny knife. There was a time when every mooring would be filled with one of Stan's used ships. I remember when this place used to be wall to wall with sword training gyms. Now there's nothing but trees. Progress. This was where the fantastic Flying Fettuccine Brothers circus used to be. Nothing left but old tentpole holes. Wow, I could have had a totally different future if I'd stayed with them.
To the dark forest where I'm sure I'll get lost. Yeah, we haven't been on the ship.
Warning, the dark forest ahead is deadly and twisty. Maps are highly recommended.
Okay, so Wally.
Museum of Pirate Lore. Oh, I used to love these when I was 6. I used to love these when I was 6. Until I got trapped in one for 2 days. I think they're illegal now.
Hey, it's just Carla's place.
Hi there. Welcome to the Melee Island Museum of Pirate Lore. I'm Conrad, the curator and docent here. I also edit the Pirate Times newsletter. Here, take my business card.
Thanks?
The museum showcases the largest collection of pirate memorabilia in the Caribbean. Or on Malay Island at the very least. The provenance of each item has been very carefully researched and fact-checked by myself and my team. Authenticity is our watchword and our pledge. Feel free to explore. And if you have any questions, just ask.
Okay, what do we got in here?
Is this a left hook or a right hook?
That once belonged to the dread pirate Meat Hook. Supposedly he was ambidextrous. Also, he used to live right here on Malay.
We know Meat Hook.
That's a nice coffin.
The one with the ore. Yeah, the coffin had a lot of water damage when I got it from the voodoo lady in town. But I managed to restore it. It was used by a certain well-known captain in a daring escape from a Turkish prison.
The water damage is actually from the swamp on Scab Island.
Unlikely. The prison in question is nowhere near Scab Island.
I'm just trying to help.
Thanks. I've got it under control.
No, you don't.
Tell me about this hunk of wood.
That's an original plank from the Golden Hind, autographed by Francis Drake himself.
What's the significance of the peg leg?
That belonged to the infamous Peg Leg Patty. She used to hide a spare cutlass in it.
I don't remember her.
In case of capture. Sadly, that's the reason she's no longer with us.
What was this cinder you've got on the wall?
Oh, that. Yeah, that was an unsent love letter written by Elaine Marley while she was governor of the island.
What? Elaine?
The recipient was referred to only as Plunder Bunny.
That's me!
It was a really touching letter. Unfortunately, I put the candle too close to it.
What did it say? Tell me what she said.
Oh, you know, love letter stuff. Honestly, I don't remember a word of it, but it was touching.
Thanks a lot. What's the story with the wanted poster?
That is the earliest known wanted poster for Captain Kate Capsize. You can tell how notorious she was by the huge number of crimes listed there. Very impressive. I got it from a collector on Fat Island.
Those are my own crimes, actually. I was pretty much public enemy #1 on Fat Island at the time. I stuck Kate's picture on there so she'd get thrown in jail.
That would never work. Nobody's that clueless in real life.
You don't believe me?
It's not a question of belief.
Never mind. It's not important. That is a really big parrot. Wonder how many hands it's eaten. What do you feed it?
Thieves, mostly.
Good to know. It's a working parrot. I shouldn't bother it. Actually, I think I'd rather not hear about that again. It's a working parrot. I shouldn't bother it. What's this melted lump of metal?
It used to be a mug. It was melted by some kind of acid. It was found in the Malay jail many years ago, after an incident where like 20 pirates escaped.
Hey, I did that. I had to keep pouring the grog from mug to mug because it was melting them. I had an armload of mugs and I juggled them all the way from the scum bar to the jail. Also, I could get Otis to join my crew. Not my greatest decision in retrospect.
That's a pretty wild story.
Yeah,
I'm telling
Otis
you
was
the
pretty
truth.
terrible.
I'm sure you are, but it just doesn't quite square with the official record. So it's hard to substantiate.
Substantiate? You've got an eyewitness.
Eyewitnesses are notoriously inaccurate. Human memory is plastic and suggestible.
Not yours, apparently.
No, of course not. I deal in facts.
Yeah, not so much there, buddy.
That map looks familiar.
That's 1/4 of the original map to the treasure of Big Whoop. I got it from the cartographer on Low Street. Apparently, he was somehow involved in the search for Big Whoop.
About all Wally managed to do was get kidnapped by LeChuck's henchmen.
That's not the way he tells it.
You should think about hiring a research assistant.
Oh, I did. Unpaid, of course. Intern.
What can you tell me about this eye patch?
Yeah, who's
That's
that
the
patch?
pride of the collection. It belonged to Captain John Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces.
Okay.
Supposedly, it had voodoo powers that would disguise him.
All right,
I tried
so we
it
need
on,
that.
though, and nothing happened.
There's some very tiny writing on it. The display case is locked. Eye patch worn by Captain John Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces.
We gotta keep a lookout for these trivia cards.
How on earth do you have that note?
Oh, yeah. That's very interesting. That was found tucked inside of a book at the Fat Island Library. It's the actual note left by the ghost pirate LeChuck when he kidnapped Governor Marley.
I know what it is. The lookout handed it to me just before I finished my 3 trials. I was crushed, but undaunted. I gathered a crew and I sailed to Monkey Island to save her.
We
Not
did.
that she needed it, as it turned out.
Wow, man, you're really into this. I've got a role-playing group on Thursday nights.
This is absurd. It's like this whole wall is stuff from my personal adventures, but somehow I'm not even mentioned in your stories.
That's what's so great about this museum. Everyone makes their own connections with the exhibits, and it's highly personal and different for everyone.
That's not what I'm trying to say at all.
That's okay. You don't need to say anything. Just listen to what the exhibits tell you.
Fine.
Where does all the driftwood go during driftwood mating season?
It's cracker mix. Some assembly required.
What do we need to do to put that together?
Especially fortified for the healthy parrot diet. Especially fortified for the healthy parrot diet. Pirate Times. Editor Conrad Lee. Ready to publish your unrecognized genius.
Anything else we're missing in here? I don't think so. I always talk to homeboy.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
No kidding? Wow! Are you named after Guybrush Threepwood?
I guess you could say that.
Nice.
I'm going to find the legendary secret of Monkey Island.
We're gonna do it.
Oh, that's excellent! Super retro. If you need a place to display it, I know a convenient museum.
Your museum is quaint.
Thanks. It's been a personal passion of mine. I'm nuts about old-timey pirate stuff.
Old-timey?
Being around it really makes you feel like you're a part of something. Doesn't it?
I am part of something.
Exactly.
Are any of these things valuable?
The security parrot isn't just here to look piratey. John Laney's eye patch is irreplaceable. It's the highlight of the collection. Amazingly, I got it at a yard sale. They didn't know what they had.
Alright, so we gotta do something with the parrot. Feed him?
Do you have maps of the forest here?
No, that's not really what we do. Try the map shop in town?
Tell me about that newsletter of yours.
The Pirate Times. We publish pirate news, pirate stories, pirate poetry, all things piratey, really.
I see you wear a peg leg, despite having both of your original legs.
Just part of the docent's outfit, for the tourists. Kids always want to try it on.
That's charming and creepy at the same time.
This is a museum for people who think attacking ships and murdering the crew for profit sounds fun.
Touché. I'll have a look around.
Please do.
Alright, how about wrap it up there, guys? I'm super sleepy, and we are in between things.
Once upon a time, I won a t-shirt right here on the front lawn.
That you did, Guybrush. That you did. How many parrots next to the Scurvy Dog Shack? Is there 3 of them? Oh, what happens when you miss them? We'll go all the way out here.
Meat Hook's museum is gone. So is the cable to his island. It's just as well, given the worldwide rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle shortage.
Alright, let's go back to the town, and then let's save it. We got a bunch of little puzzles we gotta figure out and put together, and maybe we can get something accomplished. Go drop a like if you haven't already. Drop a sub if you're new. I'm out!